Yeah, man, welcome back, people. Another show. Good night to everyone, man. Bless up to everyone. We only have a few hours now from New Year, 2024. Just a few hours left to close out the end of 2023. So blessed, to come to an end of another year, another cycle, man. I hope everyone, is having a really good day today, especially whosoever is, having time, with families and stuff like that. Always the best time of the year, them say, to spend some time with the family. You know, Luckily, whoever is spending time with their family, God bless to you. I'm here by myself. Spending the Christmas, the New Year, myself, all my family, everyone, is away. I'm so far away from everyone, but such is life. All of that come, with life. You have to just deal with that sometimes. But yeah, I'm here. The last Jamaican Premier League review show of 2023. You know, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's the New Year's celebration. A lot of fire rockets is going off in the background right now. I'm telling you. But oh my God, my team lost. Arnett, God, man, lost a game. Such a while, we haven't lost a game, but it's a part of the game. We want to win, lose, or draw anyways. But it's just a bad way to close out 2023 as the junglist. I always want to end the year on a positive note, and Portmore just took our gold spoon out of our mouth. Lima, a team, from Senton, yet to win a game. They go through from match day 1 until match day 12. They still haven't won a game. Can they go into the new year, to win a game in 2024, and you don't know who they're going to play? Check it out later. I'm telling you who is Lima next fixtures, man. Drastic measures need to take down there, in St. and by Lima. The rock bottom in the Premier League right now. Mullines escape it. They came back with 1-0 down to draw with Firehouse at Joesland. M.Pleasant back on track. Yeah. Cavalier, back on track again. Dumbo Holding got stunned. They are the Red Hat Farm team right now in the Jamaican Premier League, them and Portmore United. But closing out 2023, one of my worst moments, sporting moments of 2023, I think, was that game last season in the Jamaican Premier League when Arnett had lost at Sabina Park against Mount Pleasant. I took that loss very hard, yeah, when we lost in the quarterfinals. I wanted the Junglers to win that game, but we never got that win. That's my worst sporting moment of 2023. And my best is, traveling to Toronto to see the Reggae Boys beat Canada. Yeah, especially broke that home record that they had for 13 years. They haven't lost at that field, especially BMO field. Yeah, that's my best sporting memory of 2023. And that was in my birthday month, November. Yeah. Don't know if you guys hearing those fire rockets going off, man. You know, um, yeah, I'm going to just, another disappointed time as a JPL fan. Second second match day, without a TV game. I'm only here, to just break down the game in terms of like statistics and all of that. I'm not here to just break down the game, my gameplay. I haven't seen any game since, that game Arnett Carter played against Mount Pleasant on Wednesday, and then today there's no televised game. So, I'm just here chilling, last show after 2023. So, why not just close out the year, whatever it is, just talk some sports, you know. I don't think I have a worse moment of the season so far. I love the season. You can see that, the Jamaican Premier League, it's growing, to be honest. What I have seen probably 10, 15 years ago, are probably not so far, but the last 5 years until now, especially since COVID, new members of the what they call it, the organization of the Jamaican Premier League. They came in and they present a different league. They presented a different direction of structure the league and marketing it really well. So yeah, I'm super excited. With Owen Hill and Chris Williams, especially those two guys, really pushing the league. To a real professional standard. Not there as yet. Not there as yet, but the league is getting there. It's getting there, but I've been disappointed with Sportsmax for the last couple match days now. My friend Dan Gargan in the comment, big up. I haven't seen a game since Wednesday, man. I hope Wednesday coming. The Junglers played last game on Wednesday. Yeah, hope the Junglers can get that TV game. Hope TV game resume coming Wednesday. That is what I think that's the 3rd of January. There will be games. So some teams played like 4 games or 3 games in the last 10 days. It's been a festive season in the JPL. They had that little break where I think some teams didn't play. They rescheduled that that whole second round and fit it in last week. I think last week Thursday. So yeah. But just here to reason and chit chat about the Jamaican Premier League, what happened today. As I said, I didn't see any games. I have to just break down the game statistically. With that, sports. Yeah, bro, Sportsmax. I play with the stream, bro. I swear to God, like, I don't know how many of you guys heard that Owen Hill interview on the radio, and he was saying that practically he was saying that they gave the media crew a vacation. I'm not faulting Sportsmax for giving the media crew vacation. They need all that vacation. What they deserve all that vacation. For doing so many sports, but you have to have a backup plan. Yeah, you have to have that backup plan as a media company, and I think they just dropped the ball, especially Christmas time when everyone is spending time with their family. This is the best time, as family, just to get together and, spend some time and watch the Jamaican Premier League on TV. Meanwhile, everyone, who live abroad, can put out their big screen TV, whoever is living, south in America, whoever got the time, who have the weather, on their side and their hand, could come out and barbecue, enjoy Christmas with their family, and just watch a good game of football in Jamaica. You've seen it all over in Europe. I mean, La Liga and all these league, French league, the Bundesliga break, but the Scottish league, the Scottish league is still running. I saw the Old Firm derby. The Old Firm derby was yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think, yeah, the Old Firm derby was yesterday. Scotland, where Celtic and Rangers played. Celtic won that game, I think 2-0. Saw in England tomorrow, Liverpool and Newcastle will play on New Year's Day. So I don't know why would they even break the league, man. And just not to televise the game and just listening, to people talking about, listening to people talking about that game in the jungle with Arnett and M.Pleasant. It was one of the best games of the season. Slicky surface in the jungle. Both teams were just moving the ball. I seen a few clippings also too. Big up to I don't remember them name. Big up to the YouTubers that went down in the jungle and capture some of those scenes. I think it was Unseen. I seen Unseen TV. Big up to him. He also do Jamaican Premier League content too. The next one I think is MG. Yeah, big up to those YouTubers. Took the time out to go down in jungle. For Junglist fans abroad and local can see a little clippings who didn't went to the game because it was raining and all of that. But big up my friend. Big up my friend, Gene. What happened today, bro? Mobile United, gave up the lead, after you concede in the first 15 minutes and dominate the whole entire game and just couldn't get a goal, man. Big up to the Brazilian Gene. He scored a penalty today for Montego Bay, Is not a compatriot. I think his name is Lucas. He's also scored. So both Brazilian went on the score sheet. For the Montego Bay team. William Ferreira could not keep a clean sheet. But I don't know who's calling me. Yeah, a little break. I got a little phone call. My boy is calling me. Didn't know Daddy was live, but yeah, people. So I'm going to start it off. Treasure Beach down there at Stets. Veer the Kleinland team. Walk away from St. Elizabeth with full 3 points. Very United is on a little bounce. Since Kemar Bushy Beckford, been playing for the last, I think, month and a half now. Very United being on a little. They lost a couple of games there and there, but they come in. I think this is the first time, Very United go inside, the playoff. They are in fifth position right now, and 12. They played 12 games, at 18 points. So yeah, last 5 games, Very United won 3, lose 1, and draw 1. So yeah, could see that the Kleinland team is doing really good. Just to see Very United in the playoff right now, that should be good news. Linval Rudy Dixon, the man down there coaching, Very United team. And Treasure Beach is another team that I think Treasure Beach is on a woeful farm, man. Treasure Beach, tell you, Treasure Beach, this is their sixth straight defeat of the season. Yeah. Treasure Beach, sixth straight defeat of the season. During that run, they only scored 4 goals and conceded 14 goals. So that's a negative 10 right there. Bad result. That's some relegation farm right there for Treasure Beach. You know, scorers, today, Lamar Neal, former junglist, I think he scored the second goal of the season, and Maitland, yeah, Alric Maitland scored in that 46 minutes. So Veer United scored just 2 minutes before the end of the first half, and they scored in the opening minute of that second half. So it's a good way to kill that game. That's the best way to kill that game off, man. Score, the game is 0-0 going into first half, the end of first half, and you scored in the 43rd minute, and then the first minute of the second half, you scored again. Yeah. So yeah, Alric Maitland, drive the last nail in Treasure Beach cafe right there and kill the game. Walk away from St. Elizabeth with 3 points. As I said, Veer United is up in that top 6 right now in 5th and 18 points. Yeah, just 3 points from the Junglers. Both teams right there. Veer and Dumble all in tie and 18-18. So Veer have a better goal difference. Veer United is actually scoring goals. They scored 16 goals so far. In the Premier League, they have conceded. It's just that they're leaking goals left, right, and center. They just can't keep enough clean sheets, yeah? So they conceded 15, so they only have a +1 goal. Dumble Owen is another team. He's on the red hat farm, but they keep scoring a lot of goals, but they keep giving up a lot of goals. My former goalkeeper, Damien Hyatt, his time is coming to an end in the Jamaican Premier League. What's going on with Dumble Olin, why they leaking goals just like that. Lenny Hyde, one of the best coach at the schoolboy level, can he transition that into this Dumble Olin team? Yet to see what he's going to do. Dumble Olin made that playoff last season, so they're looking forward to go in that playoff again. So yeah, that's it, for Treasure Beach and Veer down there at Stets. Veer next game, will be Dumble Olin. Yeah. Veer next game will be Dumble Olin. I think that is at the Wembley Centre, and Treasure Beach, they will play that last game Wednesday against the junglers in the jungle. So that's it, for that match. For that match there, Veer United versus Treasure Beach. Another game, up on my hand, Montego Bay versus Harborview. Yeah, 2-2. That was practically forgot to say this. Yeah, that's the only game that I've saw. Many people can say too. My friend Dangaran, he can say the same thing too. I saw him in the chat. So all of us were just watching that game on live, and it was just so refreshing. It was so refreshing not to see the game televised. And Montego Bay, I think a couple seasons back, I don't know, I don't remember if it was before COVID or just after COVID, they used to stream games live on their YouTube page. I don't know what's going on with Montego Bay, why they stopped streaming the games on their YouTube platform. I don't know if it's because of the televised broadcast rights with Sportsmax. I don't know, but why would you even stop a team if there's a rights, that they can't stream on their YouTube platform? I would love to see JPL teams, have their own YouTube page. I know for sure Cavalier have one, Montego Bay have one. A few teams have one. I think Harborview have one, but they don't use it up, yeah. So I don't know if it's because of the broadcast package, the rights and all of that, why they can't stream. But I seen Portmore stream probably like 2 to 3 minutes after that Arnett game today, yeah. And as I Montego Bay, they've been known for streaming games all season long. From match day one up to right now, they stream most of their games, and you could depend on Montego Bay to see some footage, on Instagram Live. Yeah, so everyone that Montego Bay sometimes stream their game on their Instagram platform, and that is so good to see, because especially with those Brazilians on the team, you see Brazilian in the chat also. So yeah, the league is spreading all around the world. So glad to see that. I remember one time, I forgot this website. I think it was Ustream, where people used to stream the Jamaican Premier League, and people from Sweden, all of Scandinavian people used to watch the league, yeah, and they used to scout in the league from there. So it's good to televise as much game as we can. If not, do it on the club's YouTube platform. These clubs in Jamaica, they kind of stagnant, by using up their social media platform. I don't know why. It's a new way of earning revenue. You seeing TikTok, do some TikTok, yeah. Get some famous people, come and do TikTok with the team. That help build revenue for the club. You never know what can happen. Later, 5-10 years down the line, it could be that also name club on TikTok that's bringing in thousands of US dollars, a month. And we've seen it all over the world, big clubs earning a lot of money, yeah, on TikTok. I think I saw an article. I saw a article. I think it was Barcelona, their revenue. I think it was the end of the 2020-21 season, where Barcelona earned over 10 million euros just in TikTok revenue, yeah. And that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That's saying JPL team's going to earn that much. But if I just put this as an estimate, yeah, if a JPL team can earn probably say a 15,000 US a year on of TikTok, that can cover a whole lot of stuff, yeah. That can cover a whole lot of stuff just by running a TikTok platform. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with YouTube. Use up these platforms. But we're going to move on. Montego Bay, Harborview, my friend Gene, you played horrible. I'm not going to sit here and say that you play good, call you my friend. But Gene, Claudio, you play horrible today. Yeah. Lucas, the other Brazilian, even though both of you guys scored, I could see that Gene was trying to do his best by creating chances, but a lot of his chances that he tried to create, it was mispassed. Is either he kicked the ball too heavy, or he misplaced the ball go a little bit short, from his target player. But Next thing is set piece. Gene, the set piece was horrible today. Yeah, I seen you kick better free kicks. You got like you got like 3 to 4 very good free kicks in a very good position where you could at least challenge the goalkeeper, and you didn't. All of those balls, went over the crossbar. Yeah, so you need to work on that set piece. I know you have very good set piece taker. I know you can kick a very good corner, but everything was after the Lucas in the midfield. The Arborview players was just running around him, yeah. But I feel like the gap between Montego Bay, that CDM, that lone CDM, as Lucas was playing, there were no one around him, to compensate him, to help him. It's just like seeing Menu playing CDM for United. There's no one around him to help him. Yeah, and it's the same thing I saw, in Montego Bay team. And whenever I see, I don't know if it's Shotgun and Gene and Brian Rambo Brown, when they press, yeah, those 3 guys will always press. I don't remember if it's Shotgun, but that other player on the right, yeah, for Montego Bay, 3 of those players will press Arborview today. And when Arborview beat that press, because at one time Montego Bay almost caught Arborview out of position right in their box, but the player saw Gene a little bit quicker than usual, because he usually takes so much time on the ball. That defender, I think it was Breckenbridge. So he took so much touch off the ball whenever Arborview is trying to build up, and he almost got picked either 2 or 3 times in that game. But that one time where Montego Bay almost picked them in their own box, they beat the press, and when they beat the press, the rest of Mobile players were like 30 to 40 yards away from the ball. Everyone was sitting deep. I was like, that's kind of cruel, letting 3 guys just press and no one is really pushing up and backing up those front 3 players whenever Arborview beat the press. Because if Mobile have at least 2 more players, like probably 5 yards away from Gene at the time, they would have won the ball because the ball misplaced and they probably would have created an opportunity for themselves. But the veteran striker, Andre Fagan, got on the score sheet. He haven't scored for, I think this is his second goal of the season. He haven't scored for some time now. He scored in that first 15 minutes of the game. And, Jean Claudio in the 27 minutes from the penalty spot. I think that was an handball. Yeah, and, Lucas, scored 6 minutes after that penalty, took in the 27 minute, and Mobile was all over Arborview. At one point, I was like, Mobile, please get our next goal before the half end, because knowing Arborview might be struggling, but they still have very good players, that can hurt Montego Bay at any moment. And Montego Bay is kind of fragile at the back. I don't know, those center half and the wing backs, they just not connecting to each other. The defensive, the both center half sit too deep, and then you have the wing backs is pushing up, so they're not connecting. Like, it's like a little rope running across. Yeah, they're not connecting to each other. So yeah, and then Omar Thomas got that equalizer goal in the 63rd minute. I didn't saw that goal. I was looking at something else, but I didn't saw that goal. But that's it. For Arborview and Montego Bay, not many goals usually scored in these fixtures. Yeah, last season, Arborview won both ties 1-0, 1-0. So not many goals scored last season in these fixtures. But Arborview, man, Arborview is having a season that they spent. I think it was 2018, 2019 season. Where Arborview finished the season 5 points above the drop at that season. Arborview lucky. So yeah, so I was saying Arborview, yeah. Arborview, I don't know what is, like, is that Arborview got distracted by the CFU and all of that, traveling, but most of those games played in Jamaica. But I just feel like the players are playing below standard. Ajuma Johnson, a man that how many goals did he got? I think he scored like 7, 8 goals last season and assist around 4. Something like that. For Arnett Garden, and Achuma Johnson is one of the best midfielder last season for the Junglers. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with him and what's his name, Kaim Priestley and Joshua Hanglin in that midfield. Really good midfield, but is Ludlow Bernard is coming to an end of his coaching career at Harborview? Do they need a new direction, in the dugout? Don't know, but Harborview next game will be Wednesday against Firehouse. Yeah, two teams that's struggling. Harborview only game that they won this season is that win against Lima, struggling Lima, where they beat them, I think 3-0 or 4 or something like that, 3 or 4. Yeah. Yeah. I'll get to the comment section real quick, but let me just run off these fixtures. Yeah. I forgot to mention, yeah, Brian Brown coming up against his former team. He used to play for Harborview back in the past. So yeah, this season remind me of Harborview in, as I said, 18-19 season and 19-20 season, that season that they kind of shut off before COVID came. So Harborview struggling. Remember I said Harborview, the last time they got relegated, it was the year when I born. That's 95. Can they be the next big team, in that top 4 team in the JPL to get relegated? It possible, because Portmore did so with a very strong team and managed to keep all of those players, send out some of those players on loan and keep them and play tier 2 and come up back with a bang and won the league, not once but twice. So Harborview is a team that they rich in history around the JPL. Yeah, they created so many players. If I start to call a player's name, I wouldn't stop. But my best player ever played for Harborview, is Jeremy New, the best left footer ever grace. Not say the best left footer. I would take that back, yeah. I would take that back. Probably if my dad hear me say Jeremy New is the best left footer ever graced the Premier League, he would probably disagree with me, because his baller actually is Walter Blacker Pearl, and Walter Blacker Pearl also use left foot, known enough coming off that right wing, cutting back on his left foot, But yeah, Jeremy though is one of the best dead ball set piece taker in the Premier League. That's one for sure. I can say him and Irving Dada English, rest in peace, my general. So we're going to move, I'm going to move on, from that game. People, if you're hearing any firecracker, it's New Year's celebration. I'm not living in Iraq or Afghanistan right now. If you know, around the US, people like to light up a lot of fireworks, But, I'm going to, move on, from Montego Bay and Harborview. I'm going to Waterhouse and Molynes, yeah, at Jewsland. This game played at Jewsland 1-1. Harborview got, my bad. Not Harborview. Waterhouse got red card in the first, second minute of the game, yeah? And I feel like a team like Molynes that's looking for 3 points, looking to win back-to-back in the Premier League for the first time, after beating Montego Bay a couple of days ago, they got that very good opportunity. One, Waterhouse is struggling. Waterhouse haven't won a game, not really won a game, but the last 5 games they only won 1 game. They played the last 5 games, only one game. That in between that they lost 1 and drew 3 games. So Waterhouse is not on a very good form right now. I can say that, yeah, they're not on a very good form, and I think Molynes just dropped the ball. I feel like Molynes just dropped the ball in this game. Probably could have done a bit more, to get these 3 points, But after Waterhouse got that red card, 5 minutes after, they managed to score a goal. Andre Fletcher. Yeah, Andre Fletcher got a goal. I think that's his 4th of the season, for the Jewsland team. And then in the 69th minute, it took so much minute before Molynes could even get a goal a JC Wright penalty. So I don't know what was lucky they coming up against a very I would say not really poor Mullines team, but a team that's out of touch, a team that's kind of finding a new identity, since that new manager appointed, a couple of weeks ago. So I think, Marcel Gill got off the hook this time, yeah? What also, as I said, Marcel, just call it Marcel Fuzzy Gill name a while ago just remind me of something, but it's just ridiculous to see Waterhouse, Harborview is really struggling. These teams are a very powerful team in the Jamaican Premier League, and I don't want to see these teams down in the bottom half. And Waterhouse actually came out of the top 6 for the first time since match day 2. So that shows that they are on a really poor run of form. They just can't catch a break and win some game. Let me tell you, Waterhouse, I think they played their first game of the Premier League against Tivoli, at the National Stadium. That game, see if I could tell you guys that game. Yeah, so that first game that they played in the National Stadium, against Tivoli actually beat them 3-0. Right after that, they went on a 4-game unbeaten streak where they won 3 and drew 1. And from there, they went on to a winless streak. So it's not consistently, for the Jewsland team. They're not playing really good football consistently. They might have the second leading goal scorer in the league, Javian Bryan. And Javian Bryan is that next player that, it's like sometimes when I watch Waterhouse team, he's like a patch player. Yeah, he scored in the next 2 to 3 games, then he goes silent in the next 2 to 3 games. So he has to sharpen up his thing a little bit, because to be a number 9 for Waterhouse, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Some famous players that came through Waterhouse, Devon Hodges, Kevin Lamy, those 2 players alone have over, not saying they scored all these goals for Waterhouse, but Devon Hodges and Kevin Lamy, those 2 players scored over 200 Premier League goals in their career, and both players used to play for Waterhouse at one time. Yeah, so we're not number 9, especially what Jeremy and Tuffy Anderson did probably, I say 6 years, that little run where he went on and scored so many goals, for Waterhouse. He was consistently scoring goals after goals, in the Jamaican Premier League for Waterhouse. So, Javian Bryan is a real good striker, but first season in the Jamaican Premier League this season, I think he's coming from tier 2. I think it was Medford or something like that. So yeah, he will learn though. He will learn. He will definitely learn. So I hope he can get those run of games where you're not scoring to make up for that in the next couple of games. Waterhouse, as I said, will play Harborview. Mullines next game will be against Cavalier. Yeah, and talking about Cavalier beat this team, Dumble Holding, the most informed team in the league this season with Portmore. Yeah, I would say, probably the last 6 to 7 games, Dumble Holding and Portmore is one of the most informed team outside of Arnett Garden. Yeah, you saw what Portmore did. They creeping up behind everyone. No one saw Portmore coming, and all of a sudden, bam, Portmore is right up there again. Portmore is right up there again. They started the season a little bit shaky. People again, don't know if you guys hearing those firecracker going off in the background. Yeah, it's just some New Year celebration. But yeah, Portmore United is on points level, joint level at second place. Tivoli Garden 24, just 1 point. From 1 point from M.Pleasant. Yeah, they just 1 point from M.Pleasant. But Cavalier beat Dumble Hole. That's the last game played today at the Anthony Sporting Complex. That is actually a double-header. I think there's another game that's played was Tivoli. Tivoli played, go and talk about Tivoli next. But yeah, Cavalier, is that team, beat down the hole in that goal. What only goal scored by John Mara Calvin, the Antiguan, is fifth of the season. This player is really the standout, for Cavalier this season. The Antiguan is a really standout player, for Cavalier this season. The big marksman, Chanel, he did so much. He did so much damage in the CFU, not managed to carry over all those goals in the Premier League. He just need to find that rhythm that he did in the CFU. I think he scored like 8 or 9 goals. He got leading goal scorer, I think MVP, in that tournament. But yeah, Cavalier is they bounce back. They in 5th position right now, ahead of Fear United. I think I said Veer was in 5th, but actually Veer is in 6th position and 18 points with Cavalier. So yeah, it's the same thing on 18 points. Yeah. But is this the game changer? For Cavalier, this is back-to-back win for the first time this season. Yeah, for Cavalier, back-to-back win for Cavalier this season. First time winning back-to-back in the Premier League. So let's see if they're going to get a couple of games, on the bounce. Their next game will be Moulins. Moulins, a team still searching for that second win. The Premier League won't be easy. As even though Moulins is playing really bad and not picking up enough positive points, they playing excellent. Yeah, they creating a lot of chances. If the Jamaican Premier League was that league where you could easily go online, and search up big chance created, you could see that just by watching Moulins team week after week, they created so many opportunities, but they just can't score. Their marksman, Jason Wright, he scored 15 goals last season in the Premier League. He's yet to reach 5 goals in the Premier League, so it's kind of a slow start for him. I would say he scored more than, I think, 1/4. I think he scored 1/3 of all of Moulins' goal last season. Livingston, the captain, Jeremy Nelson, and not Jeremy Nelson, is his brother. When his brother was there, Nicholas Nelson. Those 4 players scored more than half of the goal that Moulins scored last season. So, Moulins is kind of that team that where they depend on individual to come up with the goods a lot of times. But now, as I said, you could see a little bit more team game. Moving on, Tivoli versus Limehall. Yeah, this is the first game that, the doubleheader, the first game played at Anthony Sports Balling Complex. It's not Anthony Sports. I don't know. Many people always say Anthony Sports Spalding Complex. Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Many people call it that way. Even me sometimes just call it that way. But it's just the general thing that most people always said. But in Jamaica, sometimes we just go on to say the wrong thing. It just look generalized in the public. But yeah, Tivoli scored 3 goals again. Tivoli is the only team in the Premier League to score 3+ goals more than 4 times this season. This team is the highest scoring team in the league, 24 goals, and only conceded 11. They have the top marksman in the league, Justin Dunn. I think he's on 9 goals. Yeah, 9 goals is on 9 goals. But with Justin Dunn now, his goals come in patch. That patches is the next one that, young players not beating down hard on them, learning the craft. I think this is his 2nd season in the league, or his 3rd season in the league, but these young players, their goals are coming in patch, in bulk, just like even Nicholas Nelson. He scored a brace in 3 games. That's how he end up on 6 points. So, Tivoli Garden beat Lima. Tivoli is keeping that unbeaten run of farm intact with M.Pleasant. Tivoli unbeaten in their last 7 games. During that run, 4 wins, 3 draws, 13 13 goals scored and 6 goals conceded. So Tivoli is on a really good run. You know, Justin Dunn, the player, is scoreless in 4 games now. He's scoreless in 4 games now. Yeah, and I think he had like 12 or 10. No, he's 11. He had 11 shots, you know, on goal of the season so far. You know, he's trying, but I think he needs to take a little bit more shot. But with Tivoli team, they're going to concede a lot of goals, you know, under this coach. I said it multiple times, you know, for a team that's really playing really good football. Tivoli is playing as an athletic team, yeah, like watching South American football, you know, it's like they're doing track and field. The ball is going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's Jerome. One of his best philosophy is beating teams, outscoring them. And, you know, time and time he did it for the Junglers. And I'm very scared of this Tivoli team. They beat Arnett Garden 3-0. That's the last time Tivoli, Arnett Garden lost that game. Tivoli beat them. So I'm very fearful for this Jerome team because I know this team, if Tivoli get in that semi-final with this experienced coach, they're going to be a one to reckon for in the semi-final. And Tivoli, you know, Tivoli, just see, you know, Tivoli playing right now, Tivoli, M.Pleasant, Arnett Garden, you know, can Portmore keep up in the pack? Can they stretch their squad? Can they get more goals away from Chevron Walsh, the big number 9? If they can do that, they will be right up there with those 3 teams. Those are the 3 teams I've seen playing really complete football right now. Tivoli, M.Pleasant, and Arnett Garden. You know, Cavalier have a very good squad, can play a very complete game. You know, Cavalier can play the low block. Cavalier can play the we call it the tiki-taka game. You know, Cavalier can play, you know, very aggressive. They have 2 very aggressive, you know, defenders, you know, Leng and Minks. You know, and it's just time to see if Rudolph Speed can get this Cavalier team ready. Cavalier is that team that finished, I think, they finished in that top 3 last season. Yeah, they finished in the top 3. They went all the way to the final. They just narrowly lost to M.Pleasant, a better team on the day. But those 3 teams, just look out for them. Yeah, but talking about Lima, you know, straight their 4th, their 4th straight defeat of the season, yet to win a game. You know, here someone said, you know, Lima, you know, Travis Pesau, you know, say Lima will get relegated. You know, I can agree with you. I can agree with you 100%, my friend. I can agree with you. You know, playing those type of football not going to get you, you know, survival in the Premier League. They sit on 4 points. Yeah, they scored only 6 goals. That's really poor, man. They scored only 6 goals and conceded 22. Jaja, you know, who say? I think they changed. I think they changed a coach. Is it Vonnie Clark? I think Vonnie Clark is the coach. I think so, something like that. You know, but I think they changed a coach. You know, a couple of weeks ago. You know, try to move in a direction. But since this coach came in, he haven't got a point on the board. Everything is just L in that red mark. You know, but Lyman, man, I had Lyman for one of the favorite to go down, them and Treasure Beach. But Treasure Beach is right up there, you know. Right above them is the next one that just losing games, but have a really good team spirit, the St. Elizabeth team. I love their fans, yeah. I remember they played a game at Stadium East and they interviewed a few of their fans and they said they actually leave out at 12 o'clock midday to come and see their game played a Monday night game. Because, you know, coming from St. Elizabeth probably take you around probably 3, probably around 3 hours. You know, and the highway, everything is so close right now in Jamaica with all these highway, you know, is building. You know, but Treasure Beach have some really loyal supporters, yeah. And the last time I seen fans come from all the way that far is Reno, when Reno used to be in the Premier League, yeah. I remember as a youth going to watch Arnett games, yeah, and Reno coming to the jungle they always have that little patch of fans coming from all the way from Westmoreland, way back at one part named Froome. And that was one of the worst pitch to play on. You know, every time when you go to Froome field, there's always rain. It's just like, you know, it's just like in England when this team used to be in the English Premier League, you know, Swansea. Every time when you go to, you know, to Wales to play Swansea, there's always rain. I thought, what's the name of their stadium? I think the name is Liberty Stadium, something like that. Yeah, every time when you go to Swansea Stadium, it's always rain. And it's the same thing with Reno down there at Froome. It's always rain. But that's the last team I've seen with fans travel from all the way, you know, from that west side of the island, come all the way up to Kingston, you know, to watch their team. But I think they have two very loyal mascots that work with the team, you know, Treasure Beach, yeah? Very loyal. They support their team from now until the morning. But yeah, the next game, you know, I'm going to move on. You know, M.Pleasant, yeah, the champions, they back on track again. You know, their second win in their last 4 games. Yeah, M.Pleasant got their win that they need. You know, that kind of ease up a little pressure, you know, off a top of Whitmore, because the pressure was coming down at him, man. You know, if he ever let this Lion team beat him at home. Remember, Veer United did it, you know, a couple of match days ago in their hometown, you know. But I think I had M.Pleasant to win this game. You know, I had them to win this game. You know, Dumble holding, you know, one of the best defensive record last season. They just conceded. Lion have conceded the same right now. They conceded 15 goals in the Premier League, and that's the same amount of goals all season. They conceded throughout the whole season. They conceded just 15. No, they tap that right now, and we don't reach halfway yet. So Humberland probably, you know, conceded around 30 to 35 goals. You know, Humberland have one of the best defensive coach in the league, Andrew Price. And guess what? His assistant is one of the best CDM Jamaica have ever produced. You know, O'Neill Peter Thompson, yeah? The man that won the Premier League for Arnett Garden, yeah? So, Andrew Price, I remember when Andrew Price, you know, during my days as a youth player at Boystone, some of the first set of drills that Andrew Price normally do is drill his team defensively, how to be solid. And when I used to go to Boystone to watch games, it used to be hard to beat Boystone, you know, at College Smith Drive. One of the most unique venue I ever went to, you know, in the Premier League, you know, when I used to watch the league week in, week out, you know, with my father. You know, many people don't know Boystone is a cricket pitch, you know. Playing there, I used to play there, you know. I played there for 2 seasons, you know, U13, U15 for Boystone, you know, big up Coach Hardware and big up Coach Price, you know. They used to have 2 pitch, you know. Recently, I think probably 10 years ago, you know, the other pitch that they usually don't play much on, you know, that's where we used to play some of our youth games at, you know, because the team usually train and play much on that main pitch. But Boystone pitch is a cricket pitch, yeah. And I heard that Boystone cricket team was one of the best, you know, cricket club in Kingston alongside Melbourne and Kingston Cricket Club from Sabina, you know. But yeah, Boystone is one of those tradition clubs, you know. Trenchtown, Rima, down there, created so many celebrities over the years. So Boystone is in the Cassava Championship now. Hope they can make it, you know, from the Tier 2 and come up to the Premier League. Really love to see Boystone back, you know. Boystone is like my second club, yeah. That's like my second home in the Jamaican Premier League. So big up to Boystone right there. So back on track, M.Pleasant and Humberland. You know, Daniel Green, the man who went away a couple seasons ago to Southeast Asia to play some football, he came back and he opened his scoring account first time this season from the penalty spot, 12 yards out in the 48th minute. You know, just a couple of minutes after the second half, and I seen a post from one of those favorite diehard M.Pleasant supporter, and what I read in that comment section, you know, most people were saying, I think it was like 10 comments. Most people were saying it was, he posted something. He posted a pic of the game, just saying that, it's not a good time to be supporting Mount Pleasant. He captured the field with the players walking off, and people were saying that it's a dreadful first half. Yeah, even though they said Mount Pleasant controlled the first half, but it's a dreadful first half. But maybe they came on, with more instruction from their coach, former player Tapper, and they scored in the 48th minute. But Cumberland didn't got that win. They were looking for their back-to-back win first time this season. They beat I forgot who Cumberland beat. Cumberland, they won a game. I think Wednesday. Cumberland, yeah, they beat Limal United. They beat Limal Academy 1-0. Everyone is beating Limal. Everyone is pumping up Limal left, right, and center, man. But Cumberland, they were searching for that defeat, from a team that's, looking for that nutshell back to come back on that winning note, and they did it. Mount Pleasant, they're back on track, 25 points, But the last time Cumberland, came away with a victory from Mount Pleasant, it was actually 3 years ago, back in 2020. I think that was a season when they used to play that little, they call it that. I would say it's a little scrimmage league when they had that pre-COVID, after the COVID, post-COVID tournament. Yeah, when they used to play those games at Orioles Center. That's the last time Cumberland actually beat Mount Pleasant 3 years ago. Limal and Mount Pleasant will play that center derby Wednesday coming. Probably more likely that game will be at Jackson, because both teams use that field as it's Mount Pleasant home field. Limal is from Senton, so they're going to use that field. So yeah, so big Senton derby is coming up next match day. That's match day 12. Limal, hey, what a judgment if Limal get their first win after season beating Mount Pleasant in Jackson. Tapper, you're lucky you lose today, because boy, oh boy, if Limal pull off a shocker coming Wednesday, probably the fan, and I know you're not going to get sacked. Winning that championship for the first time, buying you some time, yeah. But I know you wouldn't get the sack. But my God, I wouldn't want to hear those comments that the fans would have give you, stick in the back, coming from in the stand, because watching JPL's games online, yeah, and hearing the fans, it's not that easy. I knew this from experience after watching the league, for over a decade and a half, watching the league week in, week out. I've been to some of the worst away venues away from Arnett, and I heard a lot, man. Hey, growing up, I'm gonna tell you, I give you a little side scene, but let me just run off this last game. I give you a little side scene of going to an away game, in the JPL, probably some 15 years ago. But yeah, Cumberland next game, they will host Portmore Effortfield Community Center. Coming Wednesday. Portmore is on a bang right now. Portmore looking to keep intact, with Tivoli Garden and Mount Pleasant, as Arnett Garden is right behind them, looking for them to make any mistake to jump past them. I think Arnett Garden next game will be Treasure Beach at the complex. So yeah. So moving on, to the last game, the Junglists finally got defeated in a JPL season since that 3-0 defeat in that West Kingston derby, November the 12th. That's like a month and a half ago. Yeah, that defeat was devastating. I think I said earlier, but I just remember now. Yeah, that was one of my worst feelings since the JPL started. Get defeat from Tivoli Garden right a couple days before my birthday. That was devastated in November. That was a feeling where, what kind of lift me up during that time was, that was what lifted me up from that time when Tivoli beat Arnett Garden in that West Kingston derby. It was, I think I traveled I think I traveled to New York to see that Guatemala game versus the Reggae Boys. I think I was in New York at the time. So, that kind of lift me up at that time. But that was the last time Arnett Garden actually lost that game. 1.5 months ago. Arnett Garden is on a really good farm. No bye-bye today. Yeah. As bye-bye said, bye-bye to the complex. Saw that Instagram post that he's on his way. Congrats him and wish him all the best today. So, hope the baller can have a really success. Whatever he's going abroad to do, But yeah, Portmore United beat Arnett Garden. Portmore United haven't beat Arnett Garden since 2020. I think the last time Portmore United beat Arnett Garden at Freddie Inter Park, you go back all the way to 2017. I wouldn't say Freddie Inter Park, because when Portmore just got promoted back from Tier 2, they weren't playing those games at Freddie Inter Park. Some of those games played at Prison Oval. I'm trying to remember where else in St. Catherine Portmore used to play. But I knew Portmore they wasn't playing those games at Freddie Inter Park. Portmore haven't played at Freddie Inter Park for some while, before this season. Yeah. So, but you could probably go back to all the way. Let me look on the head-to-head. You have to probably go back for some time, yeah. It used to be a very tussle, with Arnett Garden and Portmore United at Freddie Inter Park. Yeah, I used to hate when Roland Dean used to score on my team, yeah. That's his name, Rowan Nelson, not Roland Dean. Roland Dean is another player. I think he played for Roland Dean, Tivoli Garden, yeah. Father, come in, tell me, Roland Dean, is it Tivoli Garden? He used to play for Tivoli Garden. Roland Dean. Yeah, Roland Dean was the striker, I think, for Tivoli Garden. But Rowan Nelson is the player that I used to hate. I used to hate when Rowan Nelson scored on Arnett Garden. Yeah? People, every time when I heard about Freddie Inter Park, there's only one thing that always come to my head. Yeah, there's only one thing that come to my head. But the head-to-head between the Junglists and Portmore. Just give me a few seconds. Let me get to the head-to-head. Because Portmore got relegated in 2000. Portmore got relegated in 2014-15 season. Or 2015-16 season, I think somewhere there, Portmore got relegated. But the head-to-head, with Portmore and Arnett before this game, yeah, Arnett Garden dominating Portmore 1-2-1, drew 1-1, Arnett 1-2-1, Arnett Garden 1-2-1, Arnett Garden 1-3-1, and the last defeat, I said it was 3 years ago, Arnett Garden, lost 2-0 in 2020, and I reckon that was the season when that same post-COVID season where they just start back the league before they go full season around the grounds. Yeah, so that was the last time Portmore beat Arnett Garden, and then again Portmore actually beat Arnett Garden during, I think, their championship season. They beat Arnett Garden twice that season. Yeah, so probably go back to all the way to around 2014, the last time Arnett Garden and Portmore played at Freddie Inter Park. Don't really quote me on that, but I'm thinking it's something like that. Yeah. But what I saw, I saw a couple of the goals, the 2 goals that Portmore United scored. They posted it, and the first goal, 2 players actually double team Portmore player. Yeah, they actually double team and still let the guy pull that shot. I don't know what is happening to Eric Edwards, why Eric Edwards is not being consistently playing this season. I don't know if it must be injury, because Eric Edwards is the #1 goalkeeper for Arnett Garden. And that Dintil goalkeeper, I think his name is Asha Oshinson. I think that's his name. Yeah, he's the one that, was in the goal for the last couple of games now. So I think the defenders should have done a better job trying to stop that player from kicking the ball, go back across the goalkeeper. And if it's an experienced goalkeeper, that was the only direction where the player could have struck the ball and it go that way. So as you see the Portmore player, you're not going to pull that trigger. That's the only way. That's the only direction where the ball can walk. And then there's that right side after the goalkeeper. And then the second goal, I don't know what is going on, man. I don't know what is going on. It's like the ball was playing some bump and wall, like the ball was hitting off rubber and coming back off players. Like the ball, it just fumbled right in. I don't know how the hell that ball scored. So both of the goals, came from Arnett Garden mistake, both goals. But nevertheless, as a team, we're not going to win everything, as I said. But I would love to close out 2023 not losing against Portmore. I rather probably lose against some other team, but I hate to lose at Ferdinand Park because of the history that Arnett Garden and Portmore had in the past, with past players. It used to be a very rough game in Britain playing Portmore. And I was saying something earlier, yeah. One of the worst away grounds I went to in the Premier League was actually, this was early 2000. I think it was early 2000. I don't remember if it was. I'm more thinking it was a Jackie Bell knockout. One of the worst away grounds I went to in Jamaica, it's Constant Spring. Anyone that been watching the Premier League for some years, I watched Arnett Garden and Constant Spring in the early 2000. Yeah, I want to tell you, I think I was in third grade at the time. I just can't remember this day because as a youngster going to the game at the time, I was like 8 years old, like around 8 years old, 9 at the time. Father used to bring me to games and going to Constant Spring, man. I didn't know it was going to be that hostile, but after growing up in the Premier League, watching it, listening to elderly fans talking, and people used to say, yo, Constant Spring is one of the worst venue to take your child to watch a game because everyone know that what's not come out of Jamaican fans' mouth. It was horrible. It was horrible at the time. Yeah, it was a horrible game. Arnett Garden won that. I remember that game like yesterday. Arnett Garden won that game on penalty shootout, and it was the Jackie Bell knockout. Yeah, it was a quarterfinal, and it was horrible going to Constant Spring to watch a game playing. Arnett Garden playing against Constant Spring and Jackie Bell knockout. So much crazy stuff come out of those fans' mouth. I have to be wondering if the referee, the coach, the players, oh my God. Sometimes it must be hard to be a JPL player, I know for sure, these things probably happen different places around the world, but living it in Jamaica, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I feel like, if you play in England and someone said, hey, black boy, I think that's not really nothing compared, to what Jamaican fans say to players, especially referee. Fans all tell referee, go in at them and no, man. It's horrible. And even watching a game one time, I think a couple of weeks ago when Arnett Garden was playing, Humble actually was streaming that game where I think Arnett Garden won that game 2-0. Yeah. And from minute number 1 to minute 90, some set of Humble fans were just going at it with one single player. You have to be some tough hell of a player to use to playing, fans saying all these crazy stuff about even your family, even about yourself. Famous referee Peter Prendergast, man, used to live it week in, week out in the Premier League. Yeah, Peter Prendergast, man, used to live it week in, week out in that Jamaican Premier League. One of the best You know, I think he's our last referee that ever after I came in the World Cup. Yeah, but what else? Oh yeah, the 30-meter thing. Yeah, so I was saying that every time when I talk about 30-meter park, there's only one thing that can come to my mind. Yeah, and this is one of the most memorable moments traveling to a away ground, watching Arnett Garden. People, I don't know, man, but I did some crazy stuff with my dad, you know, as a youngster, just to see a Arnett Garden game. You know, I remember that 8 o'clock kickoff in Britain. Arnett, no, 7 o'clock kickoff, Arnett Garden versus Portmore. This is the time when Jai them did a play, you know, Kevin there, you know, Rowan, not Rowan Reed, Adrian Reed, the defender, you know, Eric Vernon, the cousin, you know, the Wolves. This is the time when Portmore was banging. You know, this was time when Portmore was Portmore, yeah. And I think Lax Reed was a goalkeeper at the time. Me and my dad, people, listen. I said this a lot of times, but you know, I just have to keep saying this a lot of time because I just want people to just understand, like, see me here talking about the JPL. It's these experience doesn't come overnight. You know, these experience are experience that live with me for the rest of my life. Yeah. And every time when I go to Jamaica, I always want to pass down these little experience, you know, with my own kids. You know, so going to Fred Inter Park, you know, with my father, I think I want to tell you, during the time when Arnett Garden was struggling, maybe around 2008, probably 2008, 7 o'clock kickoff in Britain, in Portmore, we actually we actually get on our bicycle, yeah, and leave from Kingston 13, Maxfield Avenue, ride all the way to Britain. Yeah, you know how we got in Portmore, by the way? So take it from Waltham, take it to 3 Mile, and then from 3 Mile, right on the causeway, probably half a mile from the causeway, there is, when you actually go over the causeway, another half a mile before you reach the toll, there's actually a cutout on the left-hand side, yeah? So where you could actually go to a fence and go to fish ground. That's where crocodiles is at, yeah? All these creatures. And that was actually, we leave Maxfield around 5 o'clock, yeah? Just as sunset. And when we got, you know, around by, I think we got by just about we end back road and get into Naga Head right there at Port Henderson Plaza. It was around 6:30. Yeah, because you know I was a youngster at the time riding my own bicycle, and we finally got at the Third Inter Park riding from Maxfield all the way to Third Inter Park. Dangag, and I'm telling you, bro, me and my old man did some journey. The only field that I never went to in the Jamaican Premier League, it was actually Froome. I never went to Froome in Reno. I never went to, I think St. George's is from Portland. I never went to St. George's Field, you know. But every other field, I went to all these fields, Sporting Central, you know, Ferdinand Park, every field I can think of. Yeah. I went to Effortville Community Center. I went to Effortville Community Center, not with my dad, but it was a time when I was living here and then go back to Jamaica on holiday, and I get to see like 2 or 3 games of the JPL, and you know, my sister father, which is my stepfather, you know, he live in Clarendon. That's how I got to Effortville Community Center, and I went to Sporting Central Field at Brandcourt. What other thing? I think I went to Village in Chilani, man. Yo, we took on some really dangerous road, man, just to support the red and black. So we there as a diehard supporter. So you see when Arnett got to lose, my day goes bad. Yeah, my day goes bad. Reason why I'm not bad right now is that it's the new year. I'm taking the positive from that last, bringing to the new year. Actually, Arnett Garden is playing really good. So yeah, really disappointed, but I'm not devastated in a mood where, I used to be when Arnett Garden lost that game against Tivoli. But it's on really dangerous road. And I think we actually ride the bicycle many times, from Maxfield, go to Constant Spring to watch some Manning Cup games. And I remember like during the week, when I was going to high school, first year high school, yeah, we used to watch like 2 games because we used to watch like 2 games. I used to come out from school early. I used to watch 2 games of Manning Cup, with my old man. 2 games a day. We used to watch a 1 o'clock game and we used to watch a 3 o'clock game. So during them time that, Norman Manley was on had some really good player. I spent 2 seasons at Norman Manley before I moved on to Calabar High School. So, going at Norman Manley at first farm, I was on morning shift, started at 7 to 12:30. So I usually even leave school a little bit early, even 12 o'clock, just to go. I can leave out early just to go and watch the first Manning Cup game that usually played at 1 o'clock. And we used to go to, is either Manley used to play that Tinsipen, where that little mini airport in Kingston down by 3 Mile. We used to ride, from Maxine, go Tinsipen, right to Greenwich Farm. And then sometimes we leave from Greenwich Farm, from Tinsipen. We will go, sometimes Charlie, because my dad support Charlie, yeah? So we will go from Charlie Smith. No, we will go from Tinsipen to our Campion High School all the way up to Oak Road. So the journey, we leave from Tinsipen because Norman Man used to play some 1 o'clock games, yeah? So we sometimes we leave from Tinsipen, go to Constant Spring, we go to Jungle, either we go to Campion, anywhere the football they were there, yeah? So used to watch the Manning Cup, man. Crazy, but those journeys are journeys, those things that live with me for the rest of my life, yeah? So that's why I have so much passion, for Jamaican football. Yeah, I had so much passion for that because I hate to hear when people talk down bad on Jamaican football, to be honest, because I seen it, yeah. I seen it where players, I used to play for Jamaican Premier League teams, not like the first team, but youth teams, Boys Town. I used to, I don't know if I should give you guys this story, but the team that I support, you guys know I support Arnett Garden. Play for Boys Town when Boys Town was in the Premier League, yeah. So play for Boys Town youth team when they used to in the Premier League. So, and then after that, I spent two seasons at Boys Town U13, U15, and then went up to play, U15 for Arnett Garden, and that was one of my worst experience as a player coming up through the youth ranks playing youth football in Jamaica. My worst experience. I didn't know I was going to have my worst experience as a player at the club that I love and support, yeah? And this was done by a man that I look up to. I seen him carry in the lateral part of his, when he was coming to an end, yeah? The man that they call Kingman, Barron, yeah? So going at Arnett Garden at the time, just played under 13, second season at Boys Town, and I had a wonderful year. I think I scored like 4 goals as a CDM at the time, and Grabber, I think it was 2 assists, and my father, good bridging, yeah? He's a dieted Arnett supporter, and he's like, yo, why your son playing for Boys Town? Boys Town Arnett Garden is a rival, the Carl Smith Derby, Trenchtown Derby, and he's like, yo, bring the youth, come up at Jungle, come play, yeah. And I'm not going to turn that down. Yeah, I'm not going to turn that down. Arnett Garden is my club. This is a club I support, and I was my first day at training at Complex. I was in 8th grade at the time. Yeah, I was in 8th grade, and was in 8th grade? No, I was in 9th grade. I was in ninth grade at the time, yeah. First year at Calabar High School, and you know it. Yeah, I was in ninth grade at the time at Calabar, first year, and you know, coaching by the legend Barron was coaching that U15 team, and I got starstruck when I went to training. At the time, we were training at Charlie Smith High School field, and I seen some of my, I seen some of my idols, up close. I seen them week and week out, yeah, because obviously I was watching the club, but seeing them face to face, like just a few centimeters, millimeters away from them, I was starstruck. And the first time going to training, you know, the first player that I saw, it was the legend, yeah, Kevin Pele Wilson. Yeah, I saw when him, pull up in his car, and I see this. I was like, where the hell this white man was coming from? Like, seeing Pele from the stand, looking from the stand down, and looking at him down at the field, it's a different look from seeing him right just a few meters away from him. And I was like, whoa, and I just started to tour, the facility. And because I was this youngster. When I go to game, my mind was all on the game. I wasn't focusing on running around like some other kids, yeah. The only time I get up from a football game is when halftime come to get my snacks. That's the only time. But starstruck it when I see Kevin Pele Wilson. Then I saw the goalkeeper, Julian McLeish, aka Rami. Yeah. He lived just a few blocks away from me where I grew up, in on Berwick Road, yeah. So Rami lived a few roads back. So seeing him and all that, up close, I was like, yeah, this is the dream that I was looking for as a player, seeing the Jamaican Premier League players in the gym, you know, doing their workouts, seeing them coming, in their vehicles, seeing them changing, just to see the preparation and how they wrapped up their ankles and all of that. It was like another level, like, it's like, whoa, this is what it's all about, playing as a Jamaican Premier League player. And it was all of that. But yeah, so unfortunately, King Earl, Barner, I don't know. I link him so much time, to come on the platform, but he's not giving me a green light as it, because I really wanted to ask him what really went wrong with me and him at Arnett. But he the first three games of the campaign, Arnett Garden won U50 at the time, and the fourth game it was actually Constant Spring, yeah, playing Constant Spring at the Jungle. And he looked at me and said a few days before the game was on a Sunday, and he said, yo, your game is next, yeah, your game is coming up, it's going to be Constant Spring. People, tell you the truth, invite my father always come my game then. All of my youth game, my father come. Yeah, that is not a door. He's not going to come. But I mean, my mother used to watch me a lot. But after I leave Marvally, she didn't really come to Boys Town to watch me a lot. But me invite all of my siblings, and my dad is the first one that pulled up to the stadium. And when I saw him, came through the gate, the back gate, which is, most people know that the back gate is the gate that where Havana community is, cross the road from Havana. The front gate is actually where it's coming from, that back scheme, I think. I don't remember where they call it, but yeah, the back gate is actually around to Charlie Smith. No, the front gate is actually around to Charlie Smith, and the back gate is actually of Arnett Garden Stadium is actually right there in front of Havana community. So saw my dad pulling up on his bicycle, coming around. I saw him looking on the pitch, looking for me, right? And the closer him get, the heavier the eye water come down in my eye, because this is a dream. Yeah, this is a dream, just to see, my family see me making my debut for the club that I support, the club that I live and die for. Yeah. I've been on the journey watching Arnett Garden, and some dangerous pathways could have easily end up on the wrong side. Yeah. But just because of Arnett, we did it. And I didn't make an appearance for the club. Never. Yeah, I trained for half a season, and then I asked for a release, and I got the release, and then went on to play the best time of my under 15 career. I went back to the club that I started out at Marvel, and that's my best time playing at any under 15 level. I think I played three seasons at under 15 in Jamaica, and that was my best time. Go back to Marvel to play U15, but yeah, that is all. And Barroner didn't give me my debut for Arnett Garden youth team at the time, and he's responsible for that. And that is, I don't even want to say the words because it's beyond. Yeah, it's beyond. I should have wear that red and black jersey cause, but 2 seasons after, so I went. No, a season and a half after, I went to Marvel to finish that same under 15 year. Had my best season, yeah, and the club went to some administration crisis, and the coach shipped out a lot of us, and we went to, big up to Coach Robert Chin, yeah, responsible for, my youth career in Jamaica, and also Blinks at Marvel, Mr. Scotland, Mr. Buckland, yeah, those coaches. I just hardware, yeah, at Boystone. So I left Marvel after they went into some administration crisis, and I played for Barbican. I went to Barbican now, playing at Super 12, yeah. I think it was Super 12 or Top 12. Arnett Garden is in the zone, yeah. I think when we went to the jungle, but before we went to the jungle, the first fixtures I look on, where we're going to play Arnett Garden, where, yeah, and I saw it was in the complex, and I was like, yes, I can finally get some revenge, yeah. Finally can get some revenge and show them who I is, show them the player that who I was at the time. And we went on a 7-game winning streak, we win all we won our first 7 games, that U15. Barbican they have a wonderful, squad at the time, recruited by 2 great managers, and I think we played Arnett Garden the 9th game of the season, and the 8th game that we played, we slipped. I think we slipped up against Real Mona, where we drew. So we played 8 games, drew 1 won 7, yeah, and go on to play Arnett Garden. And people, tell you the truth, when I pull up in the complex, and I think I went there. I think I left there from school. I think, yeah, I left there. I didn't went to Barbican. I said, I'm going straight to the complex. I was in my school uniform, head straight to the complex, and I saw some old face, and some people were looking at me at the time, and I was like, you used to play for Arnett and all of that, and you used to play for Arnett Garden, you didn't get the game, good and this and that, and I go one side, go sit down, put in the earphone, and go and listen to some Da Vinci. Yeah, Da Vinci was my go-to artist at the time. Yeah, it was a thing in Calabar, yeah, where Da Vinci is the man that have more songs on the playlist when you go to Calabar. Any Calabar team, Pepsi, Coles, Manicom, Da Vinci is the man that played the most. And that is down to Chevron, Messi, Marsh. Yeah, he's a big Da Vinci fans. And from there, everyone just kind of took up the same role and started to listen to some Da Vinci. Because Da Vinci kind of calm your nerves a little bit. The sing J, the artist, yeah. But listen to some Da Vinci. Finally, the game get on going on, and the game started in the complex, and people, I would have mesmerized Arnett Garden in the complex, and I heard some Arnett Garden supporters like, and the youth that were used to come at Arnett match with him father every day, every Sunday upon the bicycle. You saw the Arnett, and being people attack, and people say, yo, if we come back at Arnett and this and that, I was like, I wasn't having it, yeah. Just, I wasn't having it, like, leave a club where I was really comfortable. I'm not going to make it be like, Arnett Garden is a club that I love and support, but I wasn't going to leave that comfort zone and go back to a club where, they kind of pushed me through a depression mode for the first 4 to 5 games of the season. So leaving Barbican at the time, it was a really no for me, yeah. But I actually got 3 assists in the game, yeah. I assisted 1 player 3 goals. I got a free kick in the first 10 minutes of the game, and I hit the post. Yeah, and that free kick was well struck. I wasn't the best free kick taker, you know. I wasn't that best like player to kick set piece. It came on a little bit further when I was getting close to 18 years old, because I was a little bit weak, you know, body frame, but I did everything that I could have possibly did that day to make sure Arnett Garden didn't get that 3 points yet, and we beat them 3-0. We beat them 3-0 in the complex, and that was one of my best revenge. Yeah, and I actually played them a year after, you know, not the team, but I actually went back over there a year after, you know, playing calls at Calabar and seeing Charlie Smith, you know, get drawn into our zone. I was like, where the game going to play? At the time, it was a veteran at Arnett Garden was coaching us at Calabar at the time, you know, Gerard Neal, Senior, yeah, man named called Kunte. So going over there, and people, tell you the truth, I picked up an injury 3 days before the game. I picked up a toe injury, and soon as I get home, first person I call my father. I was like, yo, me get a toe injury, you know. Me get a toe injury, you know. What can I do to get this injury off me for the next 2 days? I have Arnett Garden Thursday, and this happened, I think, the Monday or the Tuesday. Yeah. And I said, yo, I have Charlie Smith in a couple days from now. What can I do? I need to play in this game. And the man said, yo, go to my mother and tell her, go over the yard, pick some custard apple leaf, get some red brick, and get some vinegar, and that's it. Kill the show. Next, me wrap up that the night. Me link Kunte and tell Kunte, say, yo, I'm out, you know, I'm out for Wednesday training. I'm not going to train here. I'm going to rest my toe. Kunte say, all right, no problem, yeah? And the night when I wrapped up that toe with that custard apple leaf and that red brick and that vinegar, guess what again, yeah? We beat Charlie Smith, the same set of players that played for Arnett Garden that I was in the circle with. There were 90% of those same players. Yeah, the same players that played with me in that U15, played against in the U15, you know, a year before. And I came off the bench. We were actually 1-0 down. We were playing that game in Charlie Smith Field. In the school, yeah, on Charlie Smith Field, yeah. It wasn't on the complex. You know, it was playing on Charlie Smith ground, and I was sitting on the bench. And all I could hear, you know, the number 10, they're not good, panda. Real talk, you, that fixed my spirit. See, someone can actually say, they're like, yeah, the custard apple leaf and the red brick and the vinegar fixed my toe in less than 48 hours. And I could, like, I remember the first thing when I got up the morning, the Wednesday, the first thing that I did, because people, the way I take that game serious, I didn't even go to school. I stay home that day and rest my foot. And the first thing I did that morning was to move my toe around. And I was like, I'm not feeling anything. You know, I'm not feeling anything. And then I start to eat my toe like this. I'm like, I'm not feeling anything. And I start work up my toe, and I said, I'm not feeling anything. My toe is perfectly fine. So the first thing I did was went outside, grabbed my ball, and just start play keeping up with the wall, you know. Keeping up the wall, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, my toe is perfectly fine. Then, you know, I spent like an hour outside, you know, keeping up with the wall, and I went back in and iced my toe and say, all right, ready. So the Wednesday afternoon, I actually called Kunte, which is Gerald the coach. I was like, Kunte, I'm in for Charlie game. Yeah, I'm in, because this game cannot miss me in the complex. After what Byron Earl did to me at Arnett Garden in the U15, I want every revenge I can take for on complex. Yeah. So they're on the bench, and Jaja, I think it was Bebito. I think it was Bebito. If it's not Bebito, it's a player that they call Boop. You know, he scored on us in the first half. Boom. In the first half, you know, Kunte say, yo, warm up. Kunte say, warm up and start to warm up. Some whole heap of Charlie Smith supporters sit. Because I know them know me. Because what I did played against them with Barbican and I demolished them in the complex. So them know me now. When I got up, you know, off that seat and I started to warm up, all I could hear, him not good. Him did their Arnett already and him not good. Couldn't tell the number 10, they're not good. I'm like, you know, people, mind you, I started out as a CDM and soon as my first season at Barbican, that's when I started to play a bit more attacking, yeah? Because the coach was like, you have something else, you know, you're the fitness. And, you know, at the time I was finally getting a little bit stronger. And, you know, I was a player that I was so hard to get tired. So, and I was very athletic. Wasn't really the quickest player, but I was really technical on the ball and stuff like that. But, yeah, I warm up and I was playing as a winger. You know, in that front three, we were playing 3-4-3 at the time. You know, that's Calabar philosophy, 3-4-3. Yeah, that was the formation that Wagga David on, you know, gifted with Calabar. You know, rest in peace, Wagga David on. You know, and I was playing that front three, and when I came on, I did the unthinkable again because this Charlie team was that was most of the players that went on to bring Charlie to the Manning Cup final. I think when I don't remember who they lost to. I think it was Georges. I don't remember. But most of those players that season, a couple years after, they went on to play in the Manning Cup final. So it wasn't some chicken soup team. Yeah, at Charlie, it was a really good Charlie Smith team. And these bunch of players, they were coming from U13 with Arnett Garden come all the way up to Charlie Smith team. I just can't feel this around my mind like, where are those players? You know, Trenchtown have created so much players. Yeah, but at the end of the game, we won 2-1. You know, I came on and I changed the game and I assist 2. So that's 2 assists on the day. I didn't score, but I assist 2 of those goals. Yeah, and that was one of my best scoring campaign for any team that I played for. I scored 8 goals, you know, as a winger in 6 games in the group stage, yeah. And that was one of the best. I think, goals team that Calabar have produced for some time from Chevron, Messi Marsh, and Kai Scott them, and you know Terrence and were playing goals at the time, and it was a lot of, I would say, was a lot of mismanagement. You know why that team eventually dropped out of the group stage. Yeah, I can imagine I scored 8 goals that season, and we got dropped out of the group stage, man, by 2 goals, yeah, plus goals. But it's such is life, man. You know, such is life. And people, I got MVP. You know, You know, for the school, for the under 16 team at that year, and Chevron Messi Marsh that used to play for Cavalier. You know, he got MVP for the Manning Cup team, and I think another player, I don't remember his name. I think there's another youngster that got MVP for the U team, the Pepsi team. But you can imagine, like a player like me, you know, scored 8 goals in a cold season in 6 games and assist 4. The other year coming that I supposed to play Manning Cup, yeah, and this was a very experienced coaching Calabar High School team, the Manning Cup team. Andrew Tate, I think that's his name. Andrew, I don't know if Andrew is his first name, but his name is Tate. He used to coach Waterhouse Premier League team. Boom. Next year come, you know, finally in 5th form, you know, I knew this is going to be my last term in high school. Yeah, not saying I didn't have any age, but I knew I was going to leave the country, so I wanted to play a Manning Cup. You know, and that was my father's dream at the time, just to see his son play Manning Cup at the time, yeah. And went on and camp and all of that, you know, packed my bag and camp at Calabar for 3 days in the summer. they're going to pick the squad now to camp for the camp in states. Every summer, the Money Cup teams that played in Kingston go to country and camp out, to get the fitness level and all that, go in those cooler temperature. And I did not even make the Money Cup cut. I didn't even make the Money Cup cut, to be honest, and it was shocking. Like what I did at the time, yeah, with the Coles team, that alone should have granted me a place in the squad, and it was a 30-man squad. My report card was good at the time. You have to have that 4 subject over 45. My report, that wasn't a problem. And you know what the coach and the manager did? They go on and say that Ricardo Reed, yeah, didn't have the marks to play schoolboy football at the time, and that was a big BS. Yeah, that was a big BS at the time. Yeah, that was a big BS. To see, I knew I had the grades to play Manning Cup at Calabar at the time, and the coach and the team manager said I didn't have any grades, and that was devastated. Yeah, and that's the time when I just said, yo, forget about football in Jamaica. I knew months coming that I was going to live overseas. But yeah, that was a little story about my little career. I still have a whole lot I could have told, but going to college over here and all of that. But Cavalier, big up on yourself. Got that win today. Cutting down the holding stride in the Premier League, man. Big up the Cavalier Football Club. One of the clubs that's shipping out youngsters left, right, and center, giving them that opportunity, lifetime opportunity where they could take care of their family. So yeah, big up to Cavalier Football Club and Rudolph Speed, yeah, doing great. I was watching that watch along with Cavalier, with Unseen, yeah, great job, big up. So people, it's actually 9:45, yeah. It's just 2 hours and 15 minutes before we enter in the new year. Many people have seen the new year before. Yeah, big up. Yeah, we know that, Cavaliers be known for that, yeah. So big up to, to Cavalier Football Club. To be honest, I have all my times playing youth football in Jamaica. I have never beat Cavalier Football Club. Cavaliers always have a really, really good youth team. Very powerful in Cassava, U13, U15, U17, yeah, have a really good team. And I knew it at the time that it's going to be a moment, just a moment before Cavalier, to become a household name, in the Jamaican Premier League back again, because what they were doing at the time, it's just remarkable, just pushing through. Yeah, no problem, man. Whenever you're ready, just link me on Instagram at Ricardo Media House. Definitely come over there and support, anything about Jamaican football. That's where my blood bleed. Jamaican football come first. Anything else is second. Yeah. So yeah, I've never beaten Cavalier, before. Never. Cavalier beat me. I was a youngster. I think was playing. Yeah, I was playing for Boystone and playing in an excellent Boystone team. And Cavalier beat us in a final, yeah, where I think Chevron Messimarsh scored a wonderful free kick, and my friend Ryan LFC, yeah, Rima one, and it it was just chaos, man. It was just chaos, man. But yeah, big up the Cavalier Football. Whenever you need that collab, come over there and do some Jamaican Premier League show. Just link me on Instagram, yeah, Ricardo Media House. Yeah, people, now we get, make a look run, yeah, make a look run. So JPL resume on Wednesday. Hope those games can be televised, yeah, because they said the league will be televised in the new year coming January. So hope Sportsmax can get them hacked together and start that televised game back again, because it's hard for me just to watch the Premier League, English Premier League in the morning and don't have any JPL to watch. coming to this weekend, I was like, what am I gonna do for the weekend? I'm not working. I'm not doing not much. I'm alone. I have no family over for the holidays, anything. I'm not in Jamaica. I'm not in New York, with my dad or anything. So I'm like, what the hell I'm going to do? But luckily I just saw that game, that watch along with Cavalier. I watched that and big up to Unseen, and that live that Mantico Bay did, and that actually killed my day. But yeah, people, I'm going to make a run. People, if you haven't subscribe to the channel, and like up the video. Yeah, like the video. That's one of the best way to support the Jamaican Premier League content and this channel overall. Yeah, and people, just support every content that reference to Jamaican Premier League. That's how we're going to build a brand. Yeah, that's how we're going to build a brand. That's how the rest of the world build a brand and their own local league. So we can't do it without the people. Yeah, the people have to come on board. The people are the consumers. Yeah, and then the bigger is the organization of the league have to put out that direction so the people can enjoy that Premier League, and it's doing wonders right now. The visual, the audio, everything is just getting better year by year. But it can get better. It can move faster. But remember, we're dealing with Jamaica. We're dealing with a currency where it's sliding every day. In where the currency is sliding every day. So we saw what happened to the Jamaican Talawas, man. There's no more Jamaican Talawas. Oh, the only local franchise cricket, Jamaican people can watch at Sabina Park, but it's all down to the currency. They're not making any money at Sabina Park, and cricket have died, over the years in Jamaica. So, I'm a huge cricket fan. Huge. I used to play high school cricket. Huge cricket fan. So, but yeah. So as I said, people, everyone just support all of the content you guys see on YouTube, anywhere. Just comment, like, and share it. Yeah, that's one of the best way to support the league, the local league. We need the support. Remember, it's only like 3 million people live in Jamaica. We have more people in the diaspora, but locally, it have to start locally first. Yeah, the people have to full up the games, so the people them abroad can see that the people them interested. Because if you don't really do it at home, then it's hard to do it abroad. So you have to show the people them on the TV when they watch it on their phone, any local device, that the people actually supporting the league, the stadiums are actually full. Then they will find that interest to come and watch the league. Yeah, so big up on yourself. So I said, everyone, buy English Premier League jerseys. Everyone, buy that jersey. Buy some JPL jersey. Buy some JPL jersey, man. So yeah, I'm heading out right now. Enjoy the rest of the 2 hours I have left, in 2023. So people, bless up on yourself. Yo, Cavalier Football, big up on yourself. Yeah, Cavalier Football Club, big up on yourself. And Unseen, big up yourself. Yeah. Keep putting out those content, keep doing those watch along, man. It refreshing, and people that live in the diaspora, yeah, it's a really good thing just to sit down, and it don't have to be live, you see it, but just by listening to a commentary and all of that, yeah, it is refreshing. And I want to ask, I don't know if Unseen, why the Premier League is not having a radio broadcast. Remember the days the game used to stream on the radio, like you used to could listen to the game on the radio. Why is that not there anymore? You can listen to schoolboy football on the radio, but you can't listen to the Jamaican Premier League on the radio anymore. Why is that? I don't know. But yeah, man, big up yourself, brother. Bless up. I'm a huge fan of your channel. Yeah, one of my subscribers recommended me probably a few months ago about your channel. I knew your channel before that, but I didn't knew that you were doing, the Reggae Boys content, But yeah, big up yourself. Yeah, man, we out. Big up yourself, boss. Yeah, man, bless up yourself. I'm tipping out right now.